Hello, everyone. Joining us today is Arjun, the talented young participant who is a part of the Scratch coding competition. We're delighted to have him with us here today to know a little more about his journey and experience. So, hi, Arjun. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. So, for the start, can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little about yourself?
I'm Arjun Rajan Ryan. I started coding when I was about 6, and since then I've just kept coding on and on, making many projects in Scratch and Python.
Okay. So, how did you feel when you found out that you were selected for the Scratch coding competition?
I just felt so proud of myself that I was able to win the competition.
Okay. So can you briefly explain what your project or code does?
So at the start of the game, you have three games to choose from. When, and to choose a game, you click on it, and then can choose from the play game and instructions. to for the first game, Factory Escape, it's a maze that you have to go through, but you have to avoid pollutive obstacles like gas cars, but try to get the ones that are better for the earth, like EV cars.
Okay. So can you tell us what inspired you to create this project?
What inspired me to create this project was I researched a lot into pollution, and I also made a PowerPoint on it. So using some of my existing research, um, I used it in this game to try to find ways to save the earth.
Okay. So can you tell us what was the most interesting part of this project for you?
I think the most interesting part of this project was just designing the whole UI with the games and then all the buttons to choose from.
Okay. So did you face any kind of challenges while doing this project?
Yes, I faced one major challenge when I was doing one game called Don't Touch the Trash, where basically you have to try to catch the the non-pollutive objects and try to avoid the pollutive objects. Basically, when the objects were falling down from the sky, they're clumped together in ways that I didn't want them to because we had a bit of a resizing problem. So it took a bit of trial and error to get it so that they each fall down like separately and uniformly.
Okay. So can you like briefly explain how did you solve this problem?
How I solved this problem was I just tried changing around the sizes of all the sprites just to get it right.
Okay. So, did you do this project all alone by yourself, or was there like a group of people with you?
No, I did this project alone.
Okay. So, if you were in a team, how would you actually divide the work amongst your group members? How would you actually do it?
Um, what I would give them is how to make the effects so that they can do that, and also just designing all the sprite costumes. And
Okay.
some people would also split up during the code.
Okay. So, can you also tell us that if you had a chance to maybe one more time redo this project, is there something that you would like to redo or maybe improve or maybe add up? Is there something?
Um, for the first two games, Factory Escape and Don't Catch the Trash, I would probably like to add character selection so that you can choose what character you're using when you're playing the game.
Okay. So I just wanted to ask how many times did you actually test your project before actually submitting it for the final time? Was it like a multiple run and trial and error before actually submitting your project?
I just did like 5 test runs to make sure that every bit of the code was working as expected.
Okay. So as we know, time is crucial and you have to manage your school and extracurriculars with these projects and your competitions. So how did you actually manage your time while you were doing this project?
Well, I had a winter break, so I spent most of my winter break working on this project so that I could submit it.
Okay. So, do you enjoy coding on a regular basis, or is it something that you do for the competitions?
I do enjoy coding on a regular basis. However, I mostly do Scratch for competitions. Otherwise, at home, I usually do like Python. I do like to occasionally make a few fun Scratch games though.
Okay. So, is it something which motivated you to maybe start learning programming or coding?
Um, yes, when I was 6, my mom showed me how to make a button in HTML, and then I was amazed. It just sparked my interest in programming since then, and now I just love programming.
Okay. So, regarding this project, how did you come up with this idea regarding pollution and to create this project?
Well, I had that PowerPoint about pollution, and so I used some of my research from that again for the project.
Okay,
And
so was there like a main goal, like maybe educating people to like not make, less harm your environment, something like that?
yes, the main goal of the game was to make sure that it's entertaining, but it also teaches that people should try to be less pollutive to the earth.
Okay, so we can safely say through your code, you were just trying to like educate your audience regarding the pollution and how to save the environment, something like that.
Yes.
Okay, so is there any other skill or maybe any other concept, new concept that you've learned while you were doing this project?
Um, tech, yes, I did learn a lot of new skills, like how to make many like good art in the
Okay.
Scratch.
Okay. So did you take any sort of help from like YouTube tutorials or maybe from your mother, or did you do it all by your own self?
Initially to learn Scratch, I did use tutorials online, and then from that, I learned all the technical skills and knowledge to be able to create this game.
Okay. And how long did it actually take you to like complete this project?
It took me like about 3 weeks to be able to complete it.
And how did how were you motivated during this entire time to finish this?
Um, just my love and passion for coding.
Okay. So was it something that this competition taught you before, like, I mean, apart from coding, beyond coding?
Um, yes, it taught me to also be more environmentally friendly.
Okay. So is there any sort of advice that you would like to give out your friends or to your colleagues who might want to start with their coding journey?
Um, First, you need to start small, lay the foundation for whatever you're building and learn the basics. Then you can think of whatever you want and just build on top of those basics.
Okay. So would you yourself be participating in more such competitions in future?
Yes, I would love to participate in more competitions in the future.
Okay. So if you could build like anything using the code that you've made in future, what else would you like to create?
I would probably like to create an AI Chrome extension that can integrate seamlessly into whatever work you're doing.
Okay. Well, that's interesting considering AI is taking over everything. Well, it was lovely speaking to you, Arjun. And now I would like to have a small conversation with either of your parents with their permission.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, so I wanted to know how did you feel when you found out that he was selected for the scratch coding competition?
Yeah, I mean, we were really proud. Like, we always knew he was good and he had a deep passion towards coding. So he always put in a lot of time and effort into it. So, but then we didn't know how good he was, and winning at an international level was definitely inspiring and proud.
Okay. So when did you notice his interest in coding or maybe in Scratch?
So like Arjun mentioned, when he was 6 years old, I was teaching him how websites work by putting some buttons, text boxes, and making sure if you click a button, something appears on the HTML page. And from there, we looked into Scratch as the starting point for Arjun to explore technology. And over time, he watched a lot of YouTube tutorials to learn Scratch. And in return, he also made a lot of YouTube tutorials for other kids to learn. So he has his own YouTube channel at Digital Dream 11, where he uploaded a lot of Scratch videos, Python videos, microbit Pi videos, and in the future, I believe he wants to also upload Raspberry Pi videos or some AI games that he just talked about. And then when we witnessed how inspired he was to learn technology and all the different questions he would ask us, I knew that he was really passionate about coding and technology.
Okay, that's very interesting. So I wanted to know, as parents, how do you support his learning or maybe his passion in coding at home?
Yeah, like you mentioned, juggling between school and extracurriculars, and this is hard. So usually most of it goes into weekends or maybe sometimes in the evenings. But during summer breaks or winter breaks or spring breaks, he spends more time on it, and because he anyway enjoys it, it's like fun for him.
Definitely. So I think it's safe to conclude that these competitions are helping him boost his confidence in coding and maybe in general as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. This was the first time he won an international platform level competition in Scratch. He had been winning our Milburn local Steam Fest competitions in Scratch, but to win at this scale and looking at winners from so many other countries was really awe-inspiring and gave us and Arjun a lot of confidence that we could do it, that if we put in the effort and hard work, that it is possible to get exposure to a lot more platforms such as the International Scratch Olympiad. And I have to thank you all for actually helping organize it.
You're welcome. So what advice would you like to give out to parents who should also be encouraging that their children should be learning about coding or maybe anything about related to tech at a young age so that it helps them and maybe, they get to know where their interest lies?
I mean, identifying their passion and trying to support them in that maybe is the first goal. Like, where if they have interest, they will naturally spend more time and they will go deep into it without the parents having to push. But then, whatever their interest lies in, then as parents, we should learn some of them, even if we might not know, and figure out competitions like this, which might help them do better and things like that. The kid's passion is the first part, though, and then parents' effort is a natural second part.
Definitely. Well, Sarjan ma'am, thank you so much. It was lovely speaking to you. Thank you so much for coming on this platform and speaking with us. And Arjun, it was lovely speaking to you as well. You're very, very, very talented. You are absolutely very passionate about coding and everything. We want to congratulate you for winning the Scratch coding, and we wish you many more achievements in the future.
Thank you. And
Thank you,
thank you so
Anushree.
much, Arshri.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day ahead. Thank
Thank
you.
you
You too.
too.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye bye.